Legends have been made and walked through this tunnel, scoring tries, winning matches and even trophies and breaking records. Soon Duncan Matthews will follow suit, hoping to be named as one of the greatest players in Blue Bulls rugby history.
I think the history, it's a successful union in the past. It's got a history of 76 years. That's, I mean, every boy that grows up here dreams of running onto this field and walking through the blue tunnel and being part of this family. I think we've got a special family here. We've got a culture of success, and we really feel for each other and we really care and love each other. So I think that makes it special. It's not the people it's not the place that makes it special, but it's the people. And I think being part of those and those that came before you and to leave it a better place for those that come after you, I think that's what makes it special.
For me, it's special. I've been with them now for a while. I've seen players come, I've seen players go. You know, I've enjoyed my time here, and I'm still enjoying my time here. You know, so it's nice to see guys like Duncan and the juniors coming through to the senior side and see what they can do. We try and create a family type of environment for everyone. You know, I think that creates that friendship amongst the players, and that's when you start becoming closer to each other and you want to play for each other. So I think that's very important amongst the players. The character that is there amongst the players, and the bond that's within the players as well. This sport creates an opportunity for guys that, you know, comes from, like you said, from rags to riches. And I think, you know, he's the type of person who's very humble. You know, he's willing to learn and he listens, you know, so it's nice to work with him, you know, with a player like that.
The history. The Bulls have a huge history. I mean, if you look at the stars who've come to the Bulls ranks, I mean, if you make it at the Bulls, you probably will go on to be a Springbok legend and stuff. That's a special experience. You know that there obviously has been a guy who has been a legend in South Africa, who has put on the exact same jersey or played in exactly the same position that you played for the exact club that you're playing.
Matthews was naturally athletic, so becoming a professional athlete was almost written in the stars.
Well, basically it started off with athletics. I used to be the fast guy, and then this one time they needed someone to play for them, and my primary school principal at that time, Danny Peterson, he came to me and he said, we need you to play, and I don't know, I just felt like doing something different, and I went for it. And from there, I excelled, so to say, in rugby, and I stayed at rugby. And Danny obviously saw that I had some talent, so he took me for individual sessions. He took me alone, apart from all the other guys, and that's where it all started.
From the day he was born, I knew that. At 7 months, he started to walk already. He didn't even crawl, he walked on 7 months. And he was always active. And he was a child that, if you will see him, he's outside playing. It's either a rugby ball or a soccer ball. And running around in the streets, playing, active.
I do remember the first one. I got smashed by some other guy, but yeah, it didn't stop me. I just liked playing rugby, so I kept on. I was born in Atlantis, in a small, or not a small town anymore. It's a rural town in Cape Town, and it's a very, can I say, poor town. The majority of people don't have jobs or they are poor. I was born there, and I stayed there till I was 13 years old. It's tough in Atlantis because there's a lot of bad influences. There's drugs, a lot of drugs, people, gangsterism. Like, I still see it now when I go back. People don't see that there's a outside out of Atlantis. They only see Atlantis. Like, it has become a jail for children living there. So for me, I'm happy I made it out of there now.
Was that your biggest challenge, maybe finding a way out?
Yeah, definitely. I still remember, up until the day I finally left, I never thought of leaving. Like, Atlantis was my be-all and end-all. I was happy being, like, getting the attention I got from people in Atlantis, being a star, being whatever. I was happy with it, and until the day it came, Danny Peterson said, "Okay, Duncan, I got you a bursary at Swartland. You can go there now." That's when I finally saw that there's something more than Atlantis, where I live, where I come from.
Meet Daniel Peterson, a father figure, a teacher and a guide, the man responsible for changing Matthew's life forever.
Atlantis is a violent community, and Atlantis is a poor community. 65% of the learners, of the parents, are unemployed. That means that at my school we've got 1,000 kids, and 65% of them didn't have something to eat. I believe that as a principal, I can make a difference in the school. I can make a difference in the lives of the kids. And every child will have talent, and we want them to achieve the highest level. You have to take him out of Atlantis. You have to take him out because the gangsterism and the violence in the society are very, very big. And that they have a dream, not to become a gangster, but they have a dream to become a Springbok, to come to Olympics, to play for Bafana, something they never will see. But when he experiences that, he will never come. He don't want to come back to Atlantis again, because he knows what is in Atlantis. He knows that it's the violence. He knows that it's the gangsterism. He knows the poverty. You can't come back. I'm proud about that. When it goes to, if you call the name Duncan Matthews, I'm proud about him. And I know that one day he will become the highest, wherever he can be, to become a South African, to become a Springbok, to go to the Olympics. One of that he will achieve, and I believe that maybe I was the right person, and I want to see that he have his full potential. Every time when he comes to my school, he's so humble. When he comes to the school, he go to the kids, he go to the teachers, he greet them. It's wonderful. There's tears out of my eyes when I see him and say, "Oh, Duncan was there." He's one of the Bulls on Lifters Versveld, but he come back to Atlantis, and he come to the kids, he inspires the kids. The kids have only one name on his lips, and that is Duncan Matthews. You ask them, what do you want to become someday? I want to become a Duncan Matthews.
He's the one who basically introduced me to rugby. He's the one who introduced me to life out of Atlantis. He used to help me financially, he used to help me with, I still go to him when I need advice. I still ask him, like, you know, after my career choices or whatever, I still go to him, I'll ask him, what would he think I should do.
Matthews was awarded a scholarship to play for Swartland and ended up captaining all the rugby sides. He was born to be a leader.
That was a huge difference. I remember the first white friends I made was at Swartland. So Atlantis is only coloured people, and it was a huge step up coming from a can I say disadvantaged background. Like my mom, we didn't have much money. I had to walk like 4 kilometers to school, or back from school. I usually used to take the taxi to school, but when I had to come back and take a taxi again, I was so hungry. I took the money to buy food or whatever. So it was a huge challenge, struggling with financial disabilities and like fitting into people who have money and who are used to all of this. For me, it was a tough experience, like fitting into a white community or an advantaged community, and my family being struggling or whatever, understand. It was challenging not to be shy of my family or understand, because the rest of my family, that was God bestowed upon me. So for me, that was the biggest impact he had on my life, as my social life, so to speak, because I learned to accept my family and I'm not shy of my family anymore. When I came to Swartland, I mean, I'm coming from a coloured community, from a poor community, and because I used to be very good in rugby or athletics or whatever, they accepted me for that, and they didn't judge me on where I come from or whatever. Being captain of that on a 14A team and a 15A team and a 16A team, like there I knew I wasn't judged or whatever. People saw me as a leader for them.
The Blue Bulls Rugby Union is arguably one of the most transformed unions in South Africa, giving opportunities to players coming from previously disadvantaged backgrounds.
Started when I played under 16 Grand Como in Uppington. I played fly-off there, got seen by Zander and van Rensburg. Came to me after the game, took my number. A week after that, Zander and Heineke came to see my parents in Paul, and they discussed all the stuff, and from there it took off. I still remember that time, my stepfather, a huge rugby fan, he came into the guest house and he saw Heineke and his eyes lit up, Danny Peterson's eyes lit up, and I told my mom, because she obviously didn't know who this was, I told him that this is Heineke, and they told her, she immediately just wanted to sign. She said, just tell me where to sign, if you're interested in my child.
My husband and Mr. Peterson were so excited about this man greeting them, and I thought, why are they going on like that? It's just a man. And as we got in, my husband told me, I said, who's that man? He said, no, it's Mr. Heineke Meyer. I said, who's Heineke Meyer? He says, the Blue Bull coach. I said, oh, but he's a very nice, decent man, and I can tell you, he look after children that got talent. That I can promise you.
Heineke Meyer opened the door. I can never ever believe what's going on here. It was for me impossible to know those people. We read about them. We see, on television we see Heineke Meyer and all the Blue Bulls, and for the first time I met this guy. And he made a huge difference in the life of Duncan and so many children after that.
I saw Duncan the first time in Uppington 2010. He played Grand Como week as a fly-off. And I think what struck me first was his versatility. I remember in the game I saw him, he played fly-off, centre, wing, fullback, and he was the magic man of the back line. So that was the first time I saw him. I think Duncan he's a special player. Obviously, his rugby ability and his talent. He's very gifted. He's a hard-working guy, and he's got a great sense of humour. His teammates love being around him. He's always got some kind of scheme or plan up his sleeve on what needs to happen, and he's quite keen, a businessman outside of rugby as well. So he's a good student at the University of Pretoria, busy studying. So no, he's quite the full package.
Do you have a mentor here at the Blue Bulls?
I don't have a specific mentor, but Coach David speaks a lot into my life. Like, he's a very deep person, so if I speak to him, then it always goes on to becoming a life lesson or whatever. But recently, since I've been training at the seniors, Akuna and Ndegani, I look up to him. Like, just the way, the person he is. He doesn't speak a lot to me, but just being around him, I can see that this guy is a genuine guy.
Duncan, I've seen him play at the junior levels, and I think he's a very raw talent. I think he's very good. I've seen him play. I've seen him play great games, and he's been training with us now for a couple of weeks, and he's fitted in very well. I've seen him train in the gym as well. He's pushing himself, and I think I'm looking forward to seeing him play. Hopefully, gets a chance in the senior side next year. Because I've been here for a while, I try and help the juniors coming through, and I try to try and push them and inspire them, because I can see how much talent they have, and I try and help them as much as I can.
Growing up in Atlantis helped shape Matthews into the person he is today, resilient, focused and hard-working.
I have a very interesting story. I came to the Bulls after being injured for 14 months at school. So I came here, the first day I came here, I broke my hand. I was out for 6 weeks. After 6 weeks, I trained for a week, and I got a stress fracture on my pubic bone. I was out for 4 weeks again, came back, played the whole season while injured. I had to, because they haven't seen me playing on school, they haven't seen me up until then, so I had to try and make a name for myself, understand. After that, got operated after the Currie Cup, came back, made the S120, got a stress fracture in my back, so I was out for 6 months again. So it's been a very tough journey for me from coming to the Bulls until now. It was very, very frustrating. I can't really tell you how I came past that stage of my life. I still remember Coach Knowles and me having, not an argument, but discussing. Like, I told him I don't feel like training or doing the rehab exercises they gave me to heal this injury or whatever. So I still remember sitting there with him and telling him I'm negative. I don't want to go on anymore. And I remember he told me, he said, you're gonna play this year. And I came back. I told him I'm gonna be out for the rest of the year. I came back, played the last 5 games, played in the final, and we won the final. So I can't remember how I came past that stage of my life.
I was so proud you won't. It was really amazing to see my son on TV playing. And if I could or have the time and the money to go up wherever he's playing, to follow him wherever, then I would. But it was I don't know, it was something that I will never forget.
Matthews has found a home away from home here at Loftus Versfeld and hopes to make a difference at the club. You stay in the under-21 house with a lot of your teammates. What is it like?
It's very, very nice. I came here, didn't know lots of guys, but I ended up making like some of my best friends here, and I still love living with them. I'm moving into a new house with them next year. So yeah, living in the Bulls is a special experience. I mean, we are 20 guys living in that house, but none of us have ever fought with each other, understand? So that's a relationship we have in that house. If one guy, if we go out or whatever, if one guy gets into trouble, we all stay in and support him or help him or whatever. That's a relationship we have in that house. I would call most of the guys in that house my brothers, and I'll do anything for them, definitely.
Any funny memories or things that happen in the house that you're allowed to talk about?
A lot, but not much I'm allowed to talk about. One day when I write the book, I'll probably just put it in there.
Duncan Matthews has been fast-tracked into the 2015 Super Rugby squad and joins elite players that will be playing in one of rugby's biggest competitions in the world.
Being 20, going to the senior ranks, I think it's a tough. People say that people expect younger players to push into the ranks quicker or whatever. But being there, I definitely know that it's a bigger challenge than what you think it is when you're playing as a junior and you want to play seniors, understand? So being there now, I know I have lots more to work on my fitness. I know the game is quicker. There's a lot more challenges than there is under 21. So for me, it's a big challenge now, just training with them. I'm looking forward to playing with them. It's funny because Victor Matfield, all those guys, they used to be my legends. They're still my heroes. They still are my heroes. And now I see the same change room as them. I see the same field as them. It's not, I won't say it's starstruck, but I think it's a huge wake-up call, honestly, to just realize like you are training with them, you are chasing a dream, and it's becoming a reality.
Do you have a best moment so far in your career that you know I played my best? This is me.
It would be nice to play for the Bulls against Saracens. We're playing a game against Saracens, a warm-up game on the 31st of January. It would be nice to play for them, just get my first taste of professional rugby, senior rugby. Yeah, that would be my first goal, and I'd love to make my Super Rugby debut this year. Fortunately, I had very, very strict grandparents, and they were the people who raised me. While my mom was away training to be in the police. So yeah, I have to be thankful for them for every time the temptation came or whatever to go into being a gangster or being, understand, whatever happens in Atlantis. I'm thankful for them just grabbing me and putting me back in my place. They're very, very proud of me. It's weird because I'm the first rugby player coming out of my family. So my grandmother still doesn't know how rugby works, but every time I play, she invites the whole neighborhood. Like, she got herself the biggest TV ever to show everyone when I play. She invites them all to come and watch rugby. But when I stop playing or I have to go off, she puts the TV off and says it's done.
There is a lot more to come from 20-year-old Matthews. His professional career has just started. Like that of Ashwin Willemse and so many others who come from a similar background, he has the making of a legend. For Matthews, the sky is the limit.
After getting injured in the beginning of this year, I was told I was going to be out for 6 months. Came back, my first game I played against the Leopards, and I had one of my best games ever. So sometimes you just need the reassurance that you are good enough to play, I understand. And sometimes you need moments like that to give you the confidence to go on and do something special in a maybe say a final. So. I always joke with my friends, but one goal I have in my life is to play for the Barbarians. But that's obviously just a small piece of my dream to play for the Springboks and become a legend, a Springbok legend. Watching rugby since I was a small kid, it was always a dream playing for the Springboks. And I think if I had to put on that Springbok jersey, it would be exceptional.
Springbok. I want him to become a Springbok.